Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna.
And I'm Paula. And today we have Carley Phillips with us. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm really excited to chat to you both.
No worries. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to have you.
So,
and let me just mention, for those who don't know who you are of the duo Silverspark.
That's it.
So,
yeah, thank you.
Well remembered. So, the important question is, actually, you can do this for both the band and yourself. Who is Carley Phillips?
Who is Carley Phillips? Well, I'm obviously one half of Silverspark, the lady in the band, so therefore the boss, I guess. And
correct.
Yeah, answer,
We
yeah.
like that.
But actually, obviously, as well as being a songwriter, musician, a singer, I'm very much an animal lover. I've got a dog who I adopted from the shelter. So I'm a bit of a softie when it comes to animals and things like that. But yeah, I guess definitely music is who I am. I can't imagine a time when I wouldn't do it. So it's definitely who I am.
Perfect. I love it. And the animal part is even better. So that fits in with the craziness of us.
Oh, and I forgot to say her name is Taylor. So hopefully brownie points with that.
Yay!
So what kind of puppy is Taylor?
She is a border collie, so a sheepdog. She's actually 13 now. I adopted her quite a while ago, but she's still doing really great. And yeah, best decision I ever made. I couldn't be proud of that. So yeah,
they're awesome. The dogs are just awesome.
Yeah, nothing like it.
No, nothing like them. They're the best.
Yes, we both have rescues, so yeah.
Yeah, good in good company. Yeah,
absolutely. That's why sometimes I'm like, I have
all of us. we build up in numbers, and dogs are
they're little, they're tiny. So the tiny little ones, you have to get multiple to equal one big dog, right? So that's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that theory. I have two. No, I've got 1 2-hour cross, so that's a little one. Then another one's a little bit bigger than she is, and then 2 sort of Podencos. So those 2 are like medium-sized-ish. Yeah. Well, Donna's, we just put them all on top of each other, you'll have a German Shepherd, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I love that.
Perfect family.
Yeah,
absolutely. So tell us about your recent release. I know that was back in November. Last time, tell us what inspired the writing of it.
So yeah, as you say, last time was released in November. I guess the concept about it was actually it was written during the pandemic, and I know it was slightly different in the US and other places, but over here in the UK we were literally locked down. As musicians, we couldn't go to work. Everywhere was closed, all the bars, everything was closed, and it was a time where we just felt really powerless, and just kind of that feeling of everything being out of control and your head spinning and just completely overwhelmed. And so that kind of concept, the lyrics, days are twisting around me like a tornado. That was one of the first lines we actually wrote, literally because tornado was a head spinning, and we built the rest of the song around that. So kind of the imagery of the storm. And I guess at the time, really, it wasn't about a relationship going wrong. We didn't actually write it for that. But then, as you've seen probably the official music video, in that it is kind of a breakup of relationship. You see those warning signs. We kind of say the clouds moving in, the rain starting to fall, things like that. And we just knew it was something that everybody could relate to. It's a universal thing. Everybody's been in a situation where you've seen the warning signs. You feel it in your gut. You feel this isn't right.
Yeah.
I've got to get and go. And so, yeah, it's not just, kind of a a loving relationship, kind of a partner relationship. It could be anything, a job, anything toxic, anything it's not right, and you really feel in your gut you have to get away. So that's how we wrote it.
It's awesome. It's a great song, absolutely great song. So where was the video recorded? Was it recorded in the UK or?
Well, yeah, great question. I mean, one of the things that is really important to us, obviously, you can tell from our accent, I'm British. So myself and Matt and the band were British, but we play country music, and it's a huge love of ours. But one of the most important things to us was really remaining authentic. So we went to just a country pub in the British countryside. And, we were talking about it, and a few ideas, and we thought, oh, maybe we'll get a Mustang, that'll make it kind of really country. And then we kind of said, but that's not our truth kind of thing, being British. So yeah, whilst we do play country music, we also are British, and we just needed it to be authentic. So yeah, it was done in the British countryside. You've seen, kind of sat on a tailgate playing the guitar in beautiful field with the sunset. And we love that video. I mean, it took a lot of work. They were, what the weather is like in the UK as well. It had to be cancelled.
That's what I was thinking. How did you get the one sunny day of the year?
Oh my God, honestly, we must have rescheduled 3 or 4 times, because you look at the weather's great, it's great, and you wake up in the morning and it's just, so some of the most stressful times, because it's not just us. You have to then get the rest of the band in and check with the pub and and get all the extras. Oh my God, everything. But we're so proud. We managed to make it happen. So yeah, we're pretty chuffed now.
It's an amazing video. Absolutely amazing video. I do love it. It's very good.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
I'm so glad you got to capture the sunny day that, one in the UK.
The one we get one sunny day per year.
You captured it perfectly. I love it.
So tell me, who are some of the women that inspire you musically?
Oh, such a good question. I guess I have so many. Kind of as you grow up, you get older, you find your own kind of influences. I guess early on, like everybody, you're influenced by your family. That's the music that you hear. And I have great memories of hearing my dad, who was a huge Patsy Cline fan, just kind of a staple, was Your Cheating Heart, I Fall to Pieces, obviously Crazy. She's Got You, so many of them. And I think one of my earliest memories of singing was actually singing I Fall to Pieces. And as I mentioned earlier, my family are Welsh, so we're big singers. We're known for being singers. And I would get dragged up to family karaoke, and the song was always I Fall to Pieces. So definitely that was where my love of country music started, with Patsy. But, getting a little bit older, kind of, I remember Whitney as well, Whitney Houston, just hearing that voice just blew me away. And then, of course, kind of people like Shania Twain, Shania especially for me, because, she really made it in the country world despite being Canadian. She wasn't from the US. So that kind of resonated with me a bit as well. And she's just an absolute goddess, isn't she, Shania? Just...
Yes.
She's been to hell and back as well, and I find that really inspiring too.
Definitely. And she broke all the rules.
Exactly.
She was the one with the short T-shirts and everything else. She was showing off her midriff, and that wasn't really country music. But she broke all the rules and still made a huge name for herself. So yeah,
and I love
her for that.
I love a badass woman as well. Like, there is nothing, maybe because I wouldn't be that brave. So a badass woman is so inspiring to me.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I have to ask you, you named your dog Taylor. Is that actually after Taylor Swift, or was it just the name that came with the dog, or?
It's not after Taylor Swift. I'd love to say it was, but that wouldn't be true. But what it is music related. So Matt, the other half of the duo, very early on when we met, one of the his main acoustic guitar is a Taylor guitar. So it was kind of up there with a few names, and went to a doctor and called a few. I think we had a few crazy names. I don't know, maybe Caffrey's or something, and the only one she came to was Taylor, and so it stuck. The rest is history.
I love that. That's very cool.
It's definitely awesome.
Thank you.
Definitely. I love that.
So let me ask the question here. So obviously Patsy Cline, and the breaking the rules thing. So in the 90s, I mean, and I'm saying this because that's where I grew up mainly. That was the one thing with women, I think, in the industry, as you mentioned with Shania. And I mean, not just, okay, we can say another Canadian, Alanis Morissette, right? But I mean, even the women in the US and I don't know as much in the British, and things like that. But I mean, that's where you saw all of these women, where they said that in country music overall, like, women were at like 30% which was true back then because, they were breaking the rules. They weren't afraid to write differently than anything that was on the market or how it should be. Right. So that freedoms and yeah, I think that was a great time period for women in general.
Oh, definitely.
And just Lainey Wilson just recently, she's just won Entertainer of the Year, but she's the first one to win that since 2011. So whilst we're saying things are a bit better and stuff, there's still a lot to do, for women to get more of the limelight. So we're definitely not naked, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Women are still below 10% on playlists. So yeah,
shocking, isn't it? It's so shocking.
We went backwards since the 90s. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's right. You look at these festivals and every headliner is male.
Yeah.
C2C next year is all male. Okay, you've got a female artist there. I think there's about 4 in the 3 days or something stupid. But they're not headlining, it's all men. Why? And you know what I mean? The women they've got there are just as good to headline. I don't know why.
Well, I don't know if this might be slightly controversial and I'm probably going to get told off for this, but I feel like perhaps women have to be more creative as well than men, perhaps. Certainly somebody like Miranda Lambert keeps reinventing herself, whereas some of the guys I see, maybe not so much is probably the best way to say it. Yeah, I think women really, really have to, be much more creative, I guess is the best way to explain
it. They have to keep pushing their boundaries, don't they, where men can just seem to flow through. It doesn't matter how they look or how they act. They can just carry on, where women have to be so careful with how they look, what they do, how they keep moving forward. It's two very
an industry,
different worlds.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's still an industry standard in most of the industry. It's sad. It is. It's still that 1950s mentality that only men make money, which is why women aren't played back to back on most radio stations and blah blah blah. But still that I hate to say 1950s mentality, but it really is. It's sad. It's, when you think barriers are being broken, it's like all of a sudden, like I said, 90 is a good example of that. And then it's like kind of flipped backward to, putting all the money into the guys, in other words. So,
yeah.
It's frustrating, for sure.
Very frustrating. Yeah, it is. It's not a good place to be, but we need to just keep pushing women forward, and we will break through again because we're too stubborn not to.
Absolutely.
Just way too stubborn not to break through. So
going back just a moment ago when you asked me about influences as well, I guess this isn't country, but I remember being maybe 10 or 12 or something. The Spice Girls came along, in the UK, and man, these girls were all about girl power and 5 individual women who had each other's backs. And, I think I do see a lot of the time, perhaps women are pitted against each other. And I think we could very much have a bit more girl power in our lives. So,
I think that's the problem.
Agree.
Men don't seem to be pitted against each other so much. Women, it seems to be we have to fight against each other when we don't need to. And I think with the Spice Girls, you're right. Whether you liked them or not, I was not a fan, you were still behind them because it was 5 women and you were like, yes, just do this. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
I just want you to know that I'm having Spice Girl songs running through my head right now.
That's the thing, no matter if you're a fan or not, you still know the songs.
That's it. And you're going to be cursing me tomorrow because Wannabe will be going through your head. You're like, Carley, damn it.
It's your fault. You'll be getting horrible text messages. What was that all about?
Well, would you like to do our crazy questions now?
I would love to. I have been looking forward to this for ages.
Wonderful. And I promise we won't get arrested yet.
Okay. Well, that's the reason why I came. I mean, come on.
Seriously, it's all fun and games.
Okay, come on.
Okay. let's do this. Are you ready, Donna? Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Tell you. You start.
Favorite type of transport?
Train.
Okay, cool. I love the train. Train's great.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I am right-handed.
Favorite sporting event?
Oh, such a good question. Okay, going back to the Welsh thing, I love rugby. So a Rugby World Cup. I do love the Olympics, though. What I love about the Olympics is you get to see loads of sports which you never normally get to see. And so I'm just mesmerized by all this stuff and all these countries and, everything. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that answer. That's cool.
Okay, finish this line. Today, your favorite song is?
Oh. Today, my favorite song is. Oh, I'm going to say, okay, so I recently heard Lainey Wilson's song. I think she recorded it a couple of years ago, but it's called Christmas Cookies. And that song has been going around in my head for days. So I'm going to say Lainey's Christmas Cookies. Yeah.
Perfect.
Good choice.
Perfect.
I
like that one, yeah. If your life was a reality show, what would it be called?
Hot Mess, perhaps.
I love these names. They're great. Hot Mess. That's awesome.
Oh, tell us, what
awesome.
is your game plan for zombie apocalypse?
Oh my God. Well, I really love food. So I would have to find somewhere, like with just loads of food at a restaurant or somewhere that hadn't been broken into yet and hide under the tables. And I would have my dog with me, and I'm quite the planner. So I already have little doggy boots just so she can travel with me. And yeah, so I guess I would just ride out eating loads of food if I could find it.
She's definitely a crazy country woman, that's for sure.
Okay, so back to doggy boots, okay?
So nothing that's going to save my life, really.
It's all good. So the doggy boots. Now, does Taylor try to do that whole foot thing where they try to get it off their foot? I mean, my dog Lucy does that. She's hysterical.
Yeah, she kind of rears up like a horse and kind of jumps around, and it's amazing. Actually, I bought the boots just for that, to be honest.
That is funny. I love that. I love that. We need videos of these. We need videos to see, so we can put it on the website.
Yeah. I'll have to put your Taylor. I'll put my Lucy on there. I have a couple of videos on TikTok somewhere. So yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
You must be able to get a few more from somewhere else. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That'd be quite funny. Okay. What emoji do you use the most?
The one where you kind of put your hands on your face and go, oh, that one. That was definitely the one I used the most, and hopefully that was a good representation.
Very good. Very, very good.
A
competition, couldn't we? Who does the best emoji?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, so tell me, if I called you up and said, Carley, I need help hiding a dead body, do you know a good place?
Oh yeah, I'd be your girl. There's some woods not too far from here. I've already thought of it in my head. If somebody, I've planned that more than I've planned the zombie apocalypse, that's for sure.
Okay, so I can call you then for that, for sure.
I'm your girl, that's it.
I love that. Okay, what do you do to help you relax apart from music? So away from music, what do you do to relax?
I love to travel. I'm a big kind of, if I don't know, there's something about the ocean, it just calms me. And, I really love kind of sports like F1. So motorsport, I really enjoy as well. Obviously, I mentioned Taylor, so going for walks with her. I am definitely a country girl, as in if I go to the city's great. There's loads of things you want to do, but very quickly I'm kind of craving some trees and, you know, kind of the open sky and things. So yeah, traveling is definitely a big deal for me. That's where I really kind of, you know, rebalance myself and kind of, and you know what, I find that when I do that kind of thing and go traveling, I'm actually a lot more creative afterwards as well, because it kind of, I find traveling kind of gives you a new perspective. So yeah, it's really good to reset and then kind of come back, and actually you see things very differently. Maybe a song I've been struggling with and things, all of a sudden it comes. So travel's definitely my thing.
Awesome. I love that.
Wonderful. So tell me something on your bucket list.
My bucket list. You know, the first thing that came into my head when you said that was to go to the Great Barrier Reef, because, like I said, I absolutely love the ocean. I'm an animal lover, animal and nature lover. So snorkeling, things like that, that'd be
awesome.
Yeah. But there's so much of the world to see. So, you know.
There is. Well, I can't read. If you owned a bar, what would you call it?
Good question. Oh, this is such a good question. I would probably have to call it Taylor's.
Taylor's, I love it. You can have pictures of Taylor all around the bar. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and can you imagine how many people would come to see that? Because everybody likes dogs. So
they would.
And maybe we could have like a doggy disco or something, but not too loud.
That'd be awesome. Not too loud, yeah.
For the dogs.
That is cool. I love that. I love that idea.
Well, I have some good homemade biscuit recipes. I'll bring those. So we'll make some homemade biscuits for the dogs. You know, the humans can eat whatever. You know, they're humans.
The dogs are fine.
As long as the dogs are fine, we're cool. I love that.
Oh, okay, so I'm going to go back to the food thing since you mentioned food. You know, so tell me, what's the worst pizza topping?
Oh, pineapple, of course. Come on.
I'm one of the pineapple haters. Okay.
Yes.
Just so I know, we're going to have that debate one day. We're going to have the pineapple haters and the pineapple lovers. It's one or the other. It's like there's no in between.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
It's a bit like Marmite, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a very, very British thing. Do you have Marmite in the States?
I don't think so.
No, because in Australia they have Vegemite, right? But
they have Vegemite, which I think is it's alike, but I don't know. Marmite's kind of this thick, sticky, hot stuff. I don't even know what it is.
No, me neither.
People, you either love it or you hate it. There's not a happy medium.
I'm firmly in the hate side of Marmite.
Oh, I love it. Do you like Twiglets?
Do I like
Twiglets?
Oh yeah, Twiglets are great. Yeah,
but Twiglets are a bit Marmitey.
You know, I'm going to have to go away and test this theory.
I think I'll have to go to the UK to try some foods now.
I'm going to have to send you some Twiglets so you know what Twiglets are. The same sort of taste as Marmite, I think. I'll send you some Twiglets and some Marmite and you can compare. There you go. I love that. You can get a food passport very shortly. What scares you the most? I don't mean like failure. Is there some like animal or darkness or something freaky like that?
Spiders jumping out of a plane, you know, the fun stuff.
Snakes on the plane, you know.
Snakes on the plane? Yeah, that's even better, right? Snakes on the plane. Reason to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, I'm pretty sure. Like if they're big spiders like from Australia, those big spiders, I'm like jumping out of the plane, I'm pretty sure.
I try to, I mean, the obvious stuff, people say snakes, but actually they're not that scary. And sharks, well, you've just got Jaws to blame for that, you know, the likelihood of getting it. But I guess I went to Kenya a few years back, and in the palm trees above the pool, there's these spiders that are called bird-eating spiders, and they're about the size of a dinner plate. Now, I wasn't afraid that they were going to eat me, but when you're sunbathing and you're lying there on your sun lounger and these massive spiders are just there, yeah, I think I certainly didn't sleep, you know, fall asleep next to the pool on that holiday, that's for sure. That scared me, yeah.
I can imagine that.
I'm just gonna be staring up at them like, can I get like a water gun or something to shoot it? Because I'm gonna need something. That's it. Because it comes near me, I'm gonna be like, come here, like a water gun or Nerf gun or whatever,
One of those giant water pistols that you just pump up and go.
Super soakers. There we go. Super soakers. Those.
Yeah, super soaker. That's the one.
That's it.
That's funny.
So tell us, what does 2024 look like? More songwriting, more releases, shows?
Yeah, all of the above. So, we're constantly writing anyway, but yeah, we're going to be having a second single kind of to back up the last time. Is possibly one of the hardest things. We kind of feel like we've come out all guns blazing, and now we have to, bring another track and build on that side of things, which is going to be awesome. But we definitely want to play some festivals if we can, definitely live shows, and just keep building and just keep writing music and keep going and going. At the moment, I'm really pleased with how it's been going. We're getting more followers every day, and I kind of feel like it's small steps. You really need to kind of pay your dues and keep pushing and pushing. I don't think anything is really going to happen overnight, but yeah, that's what we're looking for. So just more small steps, I guess.
More of what you love. Awesome.
Yeah,
that sounds good to me.
Well, you are welcome back anytime. It's been a pleasure having you on today, Carley.
Thank you so much for having me. That has been hilarious, and really good questions. You made me think, and I'm on the spot as well.
Next time you can bring back your Silverspark partner, and then we can test him. That would be even funnier.
Can we please absolutely do that? Because I would love to see his face with some of those questions. That would be
very cool, because you'll be prepared and he'll be like, what the hell?
Yeah, what?
No preparing him at all. It has to be.
We'll try to find some better questions, like spiders or snakes. Which do you prefer? Like something weird like that.
Yeah, no, he would love. He would love that.
we need to do it. That would be awesome.
Well, thank you so much for having me. That has been absolutely brilliant. I've had so much fun.
No worries. You're welcome back anytime.
Absolutely. And thank you, friends, for joining us for another episode. Be sure to check out the links in the description, and we'll see you next time on Crazy Women Country. Have a great day.
Adios.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.